Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a collaboration with Coffee Please. We are both doing a look featuring this gorgeous lip color by Urban Decay. It is their Revolution lipstick in Shame, and it's just this gorgeous burgundy, berry, deep, awesome lip color. So make sure that you go over to Coffee Please's channel. I will link it in the down box below, and I'll also have an annotation somewhere on the screen around here. So make sure you check out Coffee Please's channel. She will have another look featuring this lip color. I did a very dark and dramatic. She's going to do something a little more on the light side. So you're going to have two ways to wear one lip color. So if you'd like to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. Alright, so we're on a different eye this time. For this look, I figured I'd go with my less hooded eye. If I look right after you, you can kind of see this one, a lot more of the lid gets covered than this one. So, do this side. If more of you viewers watch me because you have a similar, like the more hooded eye shape, I can always switch back. I just thought I would change it up. So I'm just starting out this look using the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Primer. And I'm just gonna put that all over the lid and move my mirror. Alright, and then I'm just going to put a little bit under the lower lash line because we are going to smoke it out a bit there, and I find it easier if I have a primer there. My shadows sit better. This is also my eyebrow I like better on this side, so you guys get to look at that during the tutorial. Probably don't care. Alright. So first things first, a base shadow as always. I'm going to take a Sigma E60, and I'm just taking I'm just taking a little bit of Saucebox Snowflake. Again, if you haven't seen my videos before, a base shadow should be similar to your skin tone, and you should use one that's matte for this look. So for this look, this matches me, or for a base shadow, this color matches me really well. So if you have a slightly deeper skin tone, obviously your base shadow would be a different color than mine. So I'm going to take a little bit of, I haven't memorized these shadows' names yet. Cream Dream by Saucebox. These are both from the Etude palette. And I'm just taking this on a Sigma E40, which is a tapered blending. And just going and blending that from my crease almost to my brow bone. We're going to layer about 3 shadows to blow out this eye look. So starting with this one, so it's going to go really close to the brow. Alright, so next we're going to take a little bit of MAC Embark, and I'm going to take that on a MAC 217. And we're just going to start working that from the crease up the brow bone. We're going to blow these out pretty far. I mean, it's all up to you. If you're not really into that, you can always like dial it down a bit, but I want to do this pretty dramatic. I'm also going to kind of keep the same shape as Coffee Please. I saw her idea for the video, or yeah, her idea picture that she took. So if it's like that, then we'll at least have a similar shape going on. So I think the looks will really complement each other. Alright, and then we just keep kind of making a V at the end, so make sure you're remembering that we're flaring this out. Alright, so now you're going to want to take a clean blending brush, so another 217, or clean that off, it's up to you, and just blend the edges, just so you got some nice smooth transitions going on there. Okay, so now you're going to use some type of smaller blending brush. I'm using this Sigma E45, and I'm taking the Toffee / Black Widow by Saucebox. Any black shadow will do. And we're going to run that into the crease first, and then kind of drag it onto the lid. We want to leave the very center towards the lash line blank because we're going to be adding some glitter there. Unless you're not into glitter, you can skip that step and you could do this whole lid black if you wanted. I wanted something a little more fun, poppy, I don't know. what I really wanted. Alright, so now you just want to blend that out. You're going to kind of want to blend as you go when you're using like such dark colors, because otherwise it's just going to be a nightmare to try to blend later. Alright, I'm going to throw just a little bit more of that black shadow down. Just where I want it the very blackest, and I'm not going to blend out over the shadow now. I'm only going to blend the edges. So the very inner corner is going to stay really black. I'm only going to blend the very edge, the outer corner, into the crease. So it's going to be like black, black. Alright, so once you have that done and you're all blended as well as you want, just take a little bit of any type of kind of cream pencil. I'm going to take the NARS, what is this, the Soft Touch pencil, and just put that right where you have that blank spot in the center of your lid. And that's just going to help us so we have a little more glitter right there. And then just take any type of kind of synthetic brush. You can use your fingers if you want. I'm going to be using a MAC 242. And I'm taking what's called S7 from the Smashbox Full Exposure. It's this glittery black one right here. You could use just straight up glitter. You could use a silver shadow. You could use like Galaxy by Makeup Geek. I just wanted something with a little more glitter. So just kind of pat that in the center of the lid. And that's pretty much all we're going to do for the top half of the eye. I'm going to go ahead and finish my base, and then I'll finish showing you how I do the rest of the eye look. Okay, we're back. So now we're just going to go on what we're going to do in the under eye. This is the finished eye look. It's going to be kind of dramatic. So the first thing you want to do is take a pencil brush. The one I'm using is by Sigma. It's their E30. And I'm taking some more of that Cream Dream by Saucebox, and I'm just going to run that along the lower lash line and drag it really far down, because that's what I like to do. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the Black Widow by Saucebox and start on the outer edge. I'm going to drag that forward. We're also going to make it go up into the work that we've already done, like on our top lid, just so it's all like seamless. Oh, I took way too much that time. So we want it to kind of have that more cat eye elongated look. Okay, and so one step I'm going to do, because I just want this really blown out, I'm also still taking a little more of that MAC Embark and just running it along the very edge, so we just warm it up a little bit, since we're going to put on a berry lip. I think that's going to look really pretty together. So now we're just going to take another pencil brush. I'm going to take the Mary Luminizer by The Balm and use that to highlight the inner corner, just because I want a really bright highlight, and this is a little bit more of a champagne, which I think will be really pretty with the lip. I'm just going to blend that out in the corner. I'm also going to take a little bit of MAC Mylar as my brow highlight shade. You could use Mary Luminizer too. Since my eyes do have heavy lids, I don't want to make the lid any heavier, so I usually only use a satin finish. And that pretty much finishes off the eye look. Other than just like a couple maintenance-y things. So all I'm going to do is quickly put on some mascara, line my waterline with nude, and put on some false lashes, and I will be back. So I'm just going to show you guys how I'm going to finish off my look today. So I already have foundation on. I went for a little more of a full coverage for this look. So I mixed Makeup Forever Matte Velvet with Il Damascus Base in white. You can use any full coverage foundation that you like. So to start out, I'm just going to contour. I'm just going to use powder contour this time. I should have used creams, but it's too late. So I'm just going to quickly contour my cheekbones just kind of the same as normal. I'm using the Fawn color from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. Contour where you feel like you need it, where you want to emphasize certain parts of your face. I'm going in with just a little bit of the Java towards the very outer part of my face, just to like add even more depth to my cheekbones. So for this look, I want it to be more dramatic, so I'm going to do a little bit of nose contouring. So I'm taking the Fawn and I'm actually going to contour this like inner part of my nose just to kind of up the look and add even more drama to the eyes. You could definitely skip this if you're like, this is already dramatic enough. And then just make sure that you blend that out really well. So now we're just going to go into highlighting. I've actually been enjoying highlighting before I do blush. Not really sure why that is, so I'm going to roll with that. I'm using a Sigma F35, and I'm choosing to use MAC Emphasize. It is like a satin finish, off-white, because I want this look to be a little more dramatic with my highlight and contour, so I need something a little bit lighter than what is in the Anastasia kit. So I'm also going to go down the center of my nose, hit the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and a touch on the very top of my chin. So you can see that gives me a nice sheen, but it's nothing too crazy. Alright, so at this point you might be like, Rebecca, yo, you cray. That's totally fine. You can opt for a totally different blush color. I'm going to use Ben Nye Brownberry because I like the idea of having it similar to my the lip color. And just use a very light hand. I'm using the Makeup Addiction blusher brush, and I'm applying it on the outer portions of my cheeks. I don't want to put too much color towards the center since we have a pretty dramatic look, and I want to also add a little more emphasis towards my eyes, so I'm blending towards the temples. This would also look great with like a kind of peachy blush. You wouldn't have to go burgundy or something kind of crazy. I kind of like crazy, guys. Okay, because that wasn't quite as burgundy as I would like it, I'm also going to use a little bit of Saucebox Dramatica, which is like my favorite burgundy in the whole entire world because it's beautiful. Alright, so now that we have our blush done, we're going to do our final step, which is what we've all been waiting for since this is what the tutorial is about. I'm just going to quickly apply some of the Shame Urban Decay Revolution lipstick. Alright, I hope you guys like this look. It's definitely kind of bold and dramatic. You can always soften spots that you think are a little too much for you. I'm absolutely in love with this lipstick. I really like these the Revolution lipsticks in general just because they're pretty comfortable to wear. They have a nice creamy finish and they last a really long time, which is impressive for something that's creamy, not like a satin or matte, which is what I usually go for. So I hope you like this. Make sure you check out Coffee Please's video as well. Again, that'll be in the down box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave any questions, comments, or tutorial requests in the down box below, and I will see you guys soon.